What's up guys? Welcome back to this series on reinforcement learning. In this video, we're going to focus on what it is exactly that reinforcement learning algorithms learn, and that is optimal policies. So let's get to it. We're going to be learning about optimal policies, and in turn, we'll also learn about optimal value functions. Before discussing this new topic of optimality in detail, let's have a quick rundown of policies and value functions in general. Recall that last time we got acquainted with the concept of value functions, which generally give us an idea of how good some given state or some given state action pair is for the agent in terms of expected return. We also talked about policies, which give us a mapping from each state in the state space to the probabilities of taking each possible action from each state. We brought these two ideas together by discussing how value functions are defined with respect to policies. Now, it's the goal of a reinforcement learning algorithm to find a policy that will yield a lot of rewards for the agent if the agent indeed follows that policy. Specifically, reinforcement learning algorithms seek to find a policy that will yield more return to the agent than all other policies. With respect to return, a policy pi is considered to be better than or the same as policy pi prime if the expected return of pi is greater than or equal to the expected return of pi prime for all states. In other words, pi is greater than or equal to pi prime if and only if the value of state S under policy pi is greater than or equal to the value of state S under policy pi prime for every state in the state space. Remember, the value of a state under policy pi gives the expected return from starting in that state and following pi thereafter. A policy that's better than or at least the same as all other policies with respect to return is called the optimal policy. The optimal policy has an associated optimal state value function. Recall, we covered state value functions in detail last time. We denote the optimal state value function as V sub star, and the value of each state yielded by the optimal state value function is the maximum value for that state under all policies. In other words, the optimal state value function gives us the largest expected return achievable by any policy for each state in the state space. Similarly, the optimal policy has an optimal action value function, or optimal Q function, which we denote as Q sub star. The optimal Q value for each state action pair, yielded by the optimal Q function, gives us the maximum possible Q value for that state action pair for all policies. In other words, the optimal Q function gives the largest expected return achievable by any policy for each possible state action pair. One fundamental property of the optimal Q function is that it must satisfy this equation. This is called the Bellman optimality equation. It states that for any state action pair S, A at time t, the expected return from starting in state S, selecting action A, and following the optimal policy thereafter is going to be the expected reward we get from taking action A in state S, which we know is R sub t plus 1, plus the maximum expected discounted return that can be achieved from any possible next state action pair at time t plus 1. Since the agent is following an optimal policy, the following state S prime will be the state from which the best possible next action, A prime, can be taken at time t plus 1. We're going to see how we can use this Bellman equation to find the optimal Q function. And once we have the optimal Q function, we can determine the optimal policy. Because with Q star, for any state S, a reinforcement learning algorithm can find the action A that maximizes the Q value for that state. Going forward, we'll be using this Bellman equation a lot, so it will continue to materialize for us as we progress. In the meantime, though, come visit the blog and spend some time getting familiar with the equation along with all the details for the definitions of the optimal policy and value functions. We'll be exploring how exactly the optimal policy is determined in the next post, where we'll begin our exploration of the world of Q learning. Keep me posted in the comments on how you're progressing so far, give a thumbs up to let us know you're learning, and be sure to check out the DEEPLIZARD HiveMind for exclusive perks and rewards. Thanks for contributing to collective intelligence, and I'll see you in the next one.
So, where do we stand today? You may have heard about what happened last March when a machine learning system called AlphaGo used deep learning to beat the world champion at the game of Go. Go is an ancient Chinese game which had been much more difficult for computers to master than the game of chess. How did we succeed now after decades of AI research? AlphaGo was trained to play Go. First, by watching over and over tens of millions of moves made by very strong human players. Then, by playing against itself, millions of games. Machine learning allows computers to learn from examples, to learn from data. Machine learning has turned out to be a key to cram knowledge into computers. And this is important, because knowledge is what enables intelligence.